What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update about Tesla as we have some new headlines coming out, which are very, very important. And also something very important from Elon Musk that just came out. I'm also going to talk about the share prices for many tickers very, very quickly. But before I break anything down, let me say that I am not a financial planner. And don't forget about the Moomoo link. The offer ends very soon in just a couple of days. So what's happening with Tesla? We're kind of range trading for now, but there are some headlines which are very important. As many of you guys may have heard, I'm going to start off with this piece of news right here. There was an accident that happened to a former Tesla employee, and that's very important because even though it happened, the person was under the influence and they ended up passing away. So it's very sad to hear in the accident. I want the best for every Tesla employee and their families, but unfortunately, that is what happened. After this happened, the police were not sure about whether or not FSD was active or not, and Tesla got a lot of scrutiny. It was making all these headlines just yesterday and not too long ago. Now, with that happening, with all this bad piece of news coming out and all the scrutiny Tesla got, Elon Musk has come out and he actually said something about it. He said that the crash that happened, reported by the Washington Post, was not on the FSD beta, despite what the police said. And they actually said they couldn't confirm whether or not that's true. But Musk is saying that's not what happened. He's saying that the FSD beta would have saved the employee, and he's saying that we can't necessarily attack it for this reason. So Musk could be correct about that, and if he is correct, then it is what it is. I do think that it's best for him to be as truthful as possible, and I agree that the FSD beta it possibly could have, helped make the situation a lot better. We could argue that maybe, maybe not, but at the end of the day, guys, the truth needs to come out, and I believe that Elon Musk is saying what he believes is the truth, and we'll see if there are any confirmations about this. But once again, it's very sad that this happened to a Tesla employee. I just want the best for everyone. And Elon Musk claims FSD was not involved, despite what other headlines were suggesting and kind of implying. So, in my opinion, well, I'll just wait and see if there's any new pieces of evidence that come out. But I do believe that Elon Musk believes he's telling the truth, and we'll just see what happens. There's also some news that came out that the Tesla Model 3 is increasing the price. This is once again very important with this increase. They increased the price of the refreshed Model 3 long range in the US. It costs the same as the Model Y, if not in some of the cases. And then on top of this, you can see the RWD standard range and the all-wheel drive long-range Model 3, excuse me. They're actually going to be the only ones produced because they removed the performance variant. And then on top of this, they're increasing it by about 1,500. That's going to be a slight increase right over here in the price. That's actually going to be the same as so basically the Model 3 long range is about the same price as the Model Y long range. It's very much the same price, and this is just making a lot of headlines. So this is something that's instilling some confidence amongst these investors. It's a good piece of news, and it's good to see that Tesla is it's still confident enough to do this. Tesla's getting a lot of scrutiny for its margins in the current macroeconomic environment, but Tesla's still doing this because they find it necessary. It could be because of more costs. It could also be because they're getting good demand. So it could be either one of those, but that's still a good piece of news. So what's going on with Tesla's share price? It's just range bound. Watch 184 and 182.5 as supports and 186 and 187.5 as resistance. I'm calling very tight levels because Tesla is very tight right now. We'll see how well it holds 185. As long as I'm sorry, 184. As long as it holds this, it does have potential to try to rebound later on. But we have to break above 186 and hold above that and try to get above 187.5. If we break that, there's going to be more bullish potential. Otherwise, Tesla is just range bound. SPY also has a range, but it has bullish potential because we have a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure. We have this imbalance to fill at 499. We have a nice uptrend. It's showing some weakness, so watch 496 at least for now. If we do lose this, we could hit 495.5 at our 200 EMA, followed by 494. As long as we hold 494, we're going to be fine. So watch that very carefully. Otherwise, this thing's on a nice uptrend, and we could eventually fill this imbalance at 499 later. So SPY is favoring the bulls slightly more. It could come down temporarily. We have this gap below, so be careful with that. But don't forget, it could always rebound and push up later on. So don't forget about this. It's still technically on an uptrend. All right. So SPY could drop for the short term. As long as we hold above 494, we're fine. If we end up losing it, that's when you want to be careful. That's when it becomes riskier. Otherwise, right now, the most likely possibility is it kind of comes down and it gets bought back up. For the QQQ, it's the same thing. This thing could come down a little bit. I'm going to be watching to try to fill this gap at 429. If we lose this, watch 427 and 425. Resistance, watch 4 430, then 432. We're going to be watching to see if this thing comes down and then tries to bounce later on. It has a big gap to fill, so we'll see if it pushes later on. But for now, we are kind of trending downwards just temporarily, so we'll see how it goes. Nvidia, it pushed up as we predicted. The nice inverse head and shoulders has panned out. We have a nice cup and handle like structure. Watch 725 as support. We have this gap to fill down here and see if it bounces off that. If not, 720 is going to be a level to watch for us. Very, very critical, followed by 715. Resistance watch 730. If we do break this, we could be pushing up higher for about 734, followed by 740 above that. So watch and see it performing kind of like a cup and handle. Are we going to come down a little bit, consolidate and start pushing later? We'll wait and see. We do have a nice cup-like structure that's forming, so watch that on Nvidia. So far, so good. Like I said, in the morning, Apple's looking kind of weak, and if you look at Apple, we're barely holding 183, approaching 182.5. Still on a nice downtrend. Watch 182.5 to see if we can hold around that. If we lose the 182 area, 180 is coming next. So far, we'll see how this is doing. This is very important to note. So Apple's looking weaker, is leading the market down for the time being, but we'll see if we try to base close to 182.5. Watch resistance at 183.5 and then 184. Anyways, that is it for now, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys most definitely on the next one. Thank you, and peace out.